The next part of the process after reverse ASIN lookup is the keyword search. So Helium 10 has another really fantastic tool called Magnet, which is found third down from on the left side menu. We're going to go ahead into Magnet, and what Magnet does is it will let you put in one keyword, and then it'll find all the other related keywords to that keyword based on which products rank for that keyword, and then what other keywords those products rank for. Sort of similar to a reverse ASIN, it knows relationships between keywords and products. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to go back to our seed keywords, and we're going to plug in vegan protein powder into Magnet and press get keywords. And I've done this search before, but we're going to do a new search here. And so take your number one search term, your number one seed term, and go ahead and do the same right now into Helium 10, into the Magnet tool. And similarly, the free version of this will give you a very limited number of results. You won't be able to sort them or download them really. So again, highly recommend getting the paid full version of it. Absolutely worth its weight in gold. So what we have here is vegan protein. You'll see that for the exact term that you entered in, you'll get the stats in this first box here. So it has 52,000 searches a month. You can ignore these two stats for now. We've also pulled up almost 5,500 related keywords to vegan protein powder. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to download this into an Excel. And again, it can take a little while depending on how much data is there. So go ahead and do that. And when it finishes running, go ahead and open it up. So go ahead and do that for the first seed keyword that you had. And once you have that ready to go, do the same thing we did before. So everything from column D to the right, so sponsored ASINs and everything to the right, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to delete those columns. We don't need them now. And then the same thing for the Magnet IQ score. Go ahead and delete that. So all we want here is the actual keyword and the search volume. And now these two column headings, phrase and search volume, they already were put in on our previous download, so we don't need those anymore. So we can go ahead to start in the second line down and then copy all those keywords, so just like 5,300 of them here. And we're going to copy those, and then we're going to go all the way to the very bottom of that initial download, and we're just going to Control V or paste these keywords in below here. Excellent. Make sure to be saving your progress along the way. Now the final piece, we have one more seed keyword. So we have plant-based protein. And I'm sure there are going to be a lot of overlapping keywords here, and that is completely fine. We'll get rid of those duplicates. So go ahead and do that search for another seed keyword. And if you have 3 seed keywords, please go ahead and repeat it 3 times, or if you really want 4 times. We're going to end up removing duplicates, so there's no confusion. But we want to make sure we're capturing as many relevant keywords as possible from the get-go. So here we finished with plant-based protein, and you can see they're a little bit different here. BCAA chocolate, we didn't have that before with our vegan protein powder. Burt's Bees. I thought Burt's Bees was excellent. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to export that again to Excel. And once that's ready, we're going to go ahead and open it up. And just like we've done before, just get rid of every single thing to the right of search volume. Get rid of column B, the IQ score. And we're going to copy everything on down and copy it over to our main list. Okay, fantastic. So now at this point we have, just to recap, we figured out our 2 seed keywords. We've done a reverse ASIN search for the top ranking organic listings currently, which will be our future competitors or our current competitors. And we have done a keyword search of our seed keywords using Helium 10's magnet tool. So now what we need to do is identify our top 100 keywords. We figured out our 2 seed keywords. We've done a reverse ASIN search for the top ranking organic listings currently, which will be our future competitors or our current competitors. And we have done a keyword search of our seed keywords using Helium 10's magnet tool. So now what we need to do is identify our top 100 keywords. And let's figure out how to do that. So if you go ahead and go back to your Helium 10 downloads, scroll all the way to the top, add one more column here, and we're going to call it My Keywords, and then select all 3 columns all on down, make sure all 3 columns are selected, and add a filter to it. Now you want to go ahead and sort from largest to smallest, and you'll see that there are a number of terms that have this little dash, which basically means that there's just not enough search volume to register. You might eventually index for these keywords, but they're really not worth spending time on because there's so little search volume. So to get rid of these, what we want to do is go into our filter head, unselect everything under the select all, scroll all the way down to the bottom and select just that dash checkbox. And then you can go ahead and select that row. Or actually, here's a little trick. You can select that row, then press the keys Control and Shift and then the down arrow, and that'll do everything for you. And delete those. And then go ahead back to the filter and say clear filter from search volume, and you'll only be left with keywords that actually have search volumes that register. Now you can see there is a lot of overlap here, a lot of duplicate terms and search volumes. So the next step is to highlight everything, all 3 rows from A, B, and C, and in Excel under the Data tab, click Remove Duplicates, make sure all 3 are selected, and press OK. And so it found 13,000 duplicates and it left 38,700 unique values remaining. So here, let's go ahead and make sure we save to make sure we don't lose our progress. And so here, this starts the process of determining our top 100 keywords. So you want to go down this list, sorted from largest to smallest search volume, and for the keywords that you deem relevant and that you would want to show up for in the search and think you have a good chance of the customer actually wanting to buy your product, you're just going to put the number 1 in next to that keyword, right? So if we say, okay, yes, protein powder for our Omega Fitness vegan protein powder, 100% is the relevant keyword. Prime deals, no. Whey protein, probably, because whey is a milk-based product, but I myself, I used to use whey protein and I now use a vegan protein because the dairy was giving me issues. And so someone who uses whey protein could very well ultimately be a vegan protein powder user. Premier Protein, which I'm guessing is probably just a brand, totally fine. Vegan protein powder, absolutely. Matcha green tea powder, unlikely. We're not looking for a tea powder here. Someone who's looking for a tea powder probably doesn't want a protein powder. Premier Protein Shake, absolutely. And just regular old protein shake. Now ours is a peanut butter flavor, but someone who's searching for peanut butter is not going to want a peanut butter protein powder, most likely. So not worth it here. Muscle Milk, yep, they are a competitor. 23andMe, I believe, is a genetic something for mapping your genes. I don't think that's relevant here. Whey protein powder for sure. And keep going down the list. And when you want to figure out how many keywords you selected, simply just click on the top column C here, and you'll see the sum. So right now I have 8 keywords selected. That's why I put the 1 here. So we want to get roughly 100 or so. If you go a little over and get like 110 or 120, no big deal. And so right now, go ahead and make sure you get rid of all the duplicates and get rid of those dashes and have this set up. And go ahead and you can pause this now. And once you have 100, 120 or so keywords selected, we'll move on to the next section. All right, so I just finished up selecting the top 100 or so keywords for Omega Fitness's product. And you can see we're pretty far down here. We're at row 670. So I've selected approximately 1 in every, I guess, 6 words or so. I actually have a total of 129 keywords selected here, and I typically stop. You kind of get a good feel for when you're getting to 100 or so. So here we're a little bit over, but that's totally fine. You want to be selective too. You want to make sure that what you're selecting is relevant to your product and someone will actually buy it. Gluten-free protein powder. Our protein powder is gluten-free. We are not coconut aminos organic. So once you have your products selected, 100 of them or so, what we're going to do is you're going to go in here, click the box that says blanks, and you are only going to be left with your selected keywords. So again, if we go down, we have 129. You should have close to 100. I went, like I said, a little over. You're going to go ahead and select these, Control C, or copy them, and then go back to your first tab where your seed keywords are, and go ahead to column C and paste them. Now, from here, you're going to go ahead and what you're going to do, you can place a filter on these. Now, we want to do our primary keywords and volume, and then individual words. That's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be finding which 10 or so keywords are our absolute most important keywords, the actual phrases, so the full phrase together. And then for all the remaining ones, we're going to find the individual words that make up the remainder of these. So for instance, the word milk will be an individual word. The word plant will be an individual word. The word keto, the word slim, these will all be individual words.